With the new Pixel 3a and 3a XL, Google is adding to an age-old dilemma. Should you pick a new mid-ranger or go with an older flagship instead for a similar price? Oh, and are these the new Nexuses we've all been waiting for, albeit in Pixel clothing? I'm Vlad for GSM Arena, here with a quick hot take on Google's latest smartphones. The names aren't great, let's face it. It's pretty clear what Google was going for here, adding a random letter at the end, like Samsung's E and Apple's R. These suffixes all want you to think the same thing. Here's a cheaper, light version of the flagship. But is that really true for the new Pixels? They both have the Snapdragon 670 chipset, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of storage, Full HD Plus displays with bezels like it's 2016 all over again, the Pixel 3's rear camera, bigger batteries than the Pixel 3 and 3 XL for some reason, and plastic builds. If you care about materials in your phone, that will probably be disappointing. But hey, you get a headphone jack. The chipset isn't bad, but it's still a big step down from the Snapdragon 845 in last year's Pixels. The lack of wireless charging and IP rating are clearly cost-cutting measures presumably necessary in order to reach those price points. $399 for the Pixel 3a and $479 for the 3a XL. If you really want Google's latest camera experience, this is the lowest entry point for that. Since you can now get them from more carriers in the US, the Pixel 3a and 3a XL might seem like an easy win. But it's not all great. While Google's distribution is now better than it ever was in the States, it really hasn't improved elsewhere. To add insult to injury, those bezels are huge even for a mid-ranger in 2019, so the new Pixels already look dated. There are other mid-rangers out there with metal and glass backs too. The 3a and 3a XL are smooth and have Google's trademark bloat-free software experience with fast updates. But they can't really match a 2018 flagship in raw performance. Never mind the fact that the smoothness might fade away in time if past Pixels are any indication. Interestingly, some of those 2018 flagships are now getting really close to the price of the Pixel 3a XL, especially if you take the time to hunt for good deals. And when it comes to phones launched in 2017, that's even easier. One might be tempted to call the 3a and 3a XL the spiritual successors to the Nexus line, which paired mostly high-end specs with decent prices, but there is a very important difference. With the Nexus, what you got was a top-of-the-line chipset and a decidedly not exciting camera. These things are flipped in the new Pixels, where you have a mid-range chipset but a top-notch camera, at least on the back. That makes for a pretty unique proposition at this price point, and if you're all about getting the best bang for your buck when it comes to camera quality, then look no further. But if you want a well-rounded device that packs all of the features we've come to expect from a flagship, then you're better off looking for a top-shelf 2018 or even 2017 phone at a discount. Google can definitely do amazing things with just software. Most of its camera's accomplishments can be attributed to that. But software isn't everything, and people across the world would also like a phone they can actually officially buy in their country. A phone that looks like it's from 2019, not 2016. A phone that's beautiful and not just capable. A phone that's exciting and not merely good enough. Being all things to all people is an impossible ask from a mid-ranger, so it's not really surprising that the new Pixels can't deliver on that. Even so, they will be good enough for a lot of consumers and should help push Google's hardware efforts more into the mainstream. I hope you enjoyed this quick hot take video. If you want to learn more about the Pixel 3a XL, check out our hands-on review linked in the description below. I'll see you guys next time.